Hi, Paul.
Hi, Brenda. And hello, everybody watching.
Hi, everybody
And
watching.
good day to all.
Yes.
Welcome to the Sarasota Vegan Society's vegan profiles of individuals living in the greater Sarasota region. My name is Paul Murphy, and I'll be interviewing people living in the greater Sarasota area, which is Manatee and Sarasota County, for a little bit of their lives and their experience as a vegan in the area. So,
Yes.
well, here we are.
That would be
Brenda.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna flob through this because
Okay.
really trying to be
Just
like
have fun.
formal and
Right.
it's just gonna do it. Well, I gotta
Vegans are
say,
formal.
thanks for having me over to your place. This is
My
beautiful.
beautiful
I
home.
mean, this place is like an art gallery, a museum. You know,
It
it's
is.
just takes me back to Chicago to the Goodman Theater and all
Oh,
those
really?
Art Institute days when I used to work down there. And
Yeah.
I love your large backyard
Thank
and
you.
the
All my
flora all over the
vegetation,
place.
yeah.
I'm jealous because my property is probably less than half of the width of yours. So
Yeah. I love it. I'm blessed.
I'm jealous of everybody that has a yard bigger than
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
So your most worldly renown with the Marvelettes and
Yes.
the song
Mm-hmm. Please, Mr. Postaman. Yes.
But what we want to find out is the whole backstory, you know, your whole life from, I read you were born and raised
Baltimore,
in
Maryland.
Baltimore, Maryland.
That's right. Go be more Ravens. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know all that kind of stuff.
It's a football team.
Let me catch up on my notes here. So basically, share the story of your life. I don't want to get into like asking. I got about 5 questions to ask.
Right. Well, you know, I was born in Baltimore, Maryland, and I have a sister. I have 2 sisters and a brother, and I never liked meat. You know, even growing up as a kid, and of course, growing in a black family, you're gonna eat meat, okay? Because they cook it. You know, pig feet. You know, southern. You know, pork chops, liver. You know.
Even in Maryland.
Oh, yeah. And so, and my mother was an excellent cook. But we always had a dog. So my dog would eat most of my meat. Because I would pretend like I'm eating it and swallowing it.
How old were you when that was going on?
11, 12.
Your mother was a good cook.
Excellent.
So something was going on.
I didn't like it. I just felt,
Oh.
you know, I felt sorry for the animals.
Oh, so it was more because you know
Yeah.
what you're eating.
I
It
know
wasn't
I'm
just
eating.
a
And
hamburger.
right.
or
And then I'm
hot dog.
always to where the animal, what happened to the animal? And I'm eating his flesh and his intestine. So it made me feel bad all the time. So after I left my mother's when I was 19, I never ate meat again. And I'm 71. So I've been a vegan, first vegetarian, then raw, because I did the raw diet for 10 years, no cooked foods for 10 years. And then 2 years ago, I just started eating hot food again. I was really, my body, I always follow what my body says. So if my body says time to get off of that, I'm off of that. So I was just needing warm foods. And so I started cooking again. No meat or anything like that, no pastas, no rice, you know, I did eat some
Carbs.
black rice, no, very low carbs, but mostly green vegetables, and that's it. And then that's been 2 years ago. So from that day on, I'm a vegan now, and considering going back to raw for another 10 years.
Well, this is interesting because your experience with the vegan diet or any diet shift that's alternate to the standard American diet happened way before your
And it was popular. It wasn't popular. No. I was vegan when I became a Marvelette. I did at that time. I did eat fish though, you know, because you know.
A pescatarian.
Yeah, I ate fish, and then never no meat, no pork chops or anything like that, or beef or ham or anything. Turkey, never. But I did eat fish back in those days, and then I just stopped eating fish too. But I enjoyed this diet. And that time when I was young, you know, for vegetarian or somebody that doesn't eat meat, especially in the black community.
Especially then.
Woo! It was like my mother was like, wanted to take me to the doctor. Yeah, really. you better eat that meat. I don't care, you know.
And the
Vegan-
protein talk and all this
Right,
stuff that comes with it.
yes, and then drinking milk, and I hated milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my parents, they didn't understand it, you
What
know.
was your interesting take on the milk part?
Well,
it
because
wasn't the flesh.
it wasn't the flesh, it's that
The taste
why
or
am I
something.
eating, I'm not sucking my mother's breast anymore, so why am I continuing taking milk from a cow, which is for a calf to be nourished? I'm not a calf. You know, why am I still doing
It's
that?
not even your species.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, right? So and then I'm that mucus factor also, you know, because dairy and things of that nature, and cheeses, which is from dairy, milk, eggs, ice cream, all that causes a lot of mucus in the body, and which causes the flu and colds, and you know. So I try to stay away from. Well, I haven't had cheese or milk in 30 years, maybe more, you know, but it helps you not to have a lot of mucus. But you still eliminate, of course, mucus, like, you know, spitting or hawking, you know, that's a thing, hawk, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
know.
I get into the hawk every now and then. And that's because you eliminate it anyway, you know, but I find that when you drink a lot of dairy, you have more and you're more susceptible to colds. And that's why our kids, I'm in the Big Brother, Big Brother, Big Sister program, and my little, she's only 11, full breasts, full everything, because of the growth hormones, right? So people don't understand, when you eat that, you're eating them. You're eating what they're putting in there, right? So I'd rather just stick with the vegetables. All my kids grew up very vegetarian, vegans, all of them. Of course, none of them are that way now, because as soon as they got out into the world, although my children, my oldest girl and my youngest one, keep telling me, I'm not eating any meat anymore, mommy, you know. So it's just like anything else. You try it, you see that it's not working, and you stop. And I'm an example of that for them, you know, which we always have to lead by example.
You had no other person that was like this that you got
Never.
it from? No vegetarian group? Because there was no
Never.
vegan ones back then, except for the Vegetarian Society group that went to become non-dairy vegetarians, which became vegan.
Right.
But that was in the UK.
Yeah, no.
So nothing here back
I
then.
never- I
So
just-
you're like solo.
Solo. Nobody.
Did you know anybody else?
No
that
one.
Really? That's
Until I moved to New York.
well,
and
the
then
culture,
I was like, wow, vegetarian restaurant.
what time about that was that?
I
after
moved
that?
to New York in the 70s.
Okay.
And great
From
veg
Baltimore.
from Baltimore. In Baltimore, we didn't have any vegetarian restaurants and vegan, and never. And even today, I find it very, very difficult to be a vegan and go out and eat, because if you're gonna have a salad in a non-vegan restaurant, they don't have the dressing. So it's like, what's dressing? And I'm the worst person, you know, you've already gone out with me to eat. The worst person to go out to eat with, because I want to know what's in everything. You know, that's this, I don't
I
know.
can imagine what it would have been like, because nowadays, even recently here in Sarasota, it's only started to increase more in the last 5 years that I've lived here.
Yes.
And even so in 10 years. Since
Yeah,
I've
because
lived here.
even I tried that Impossible Burger,
So I
which
can
is,
imagine what it was like back then.
it was awful. Well, you couldn't eat it out. And you,
Once you go to a
and then, but then growing up, my parents, I still had to eat the vegetables with butter, you know, because they didn't know vegan butter or non-dairy
there was no
butter.
brands back then.
Never. Lando Lake. I don't
Make
know
your
if
own.
you know the Lando Lake?
Uh-huh.
That's butter. My mother always bought Lando Lake, you know. So, and then when I got out of that, you know, I bought my own, you know, non-dairy products. So it was interesting growing up as a vegan, because everybody was like, what do you mean you don't eat meat? You know, it's very, very difficult, because I'm always going out with someone or eating, and then what is that? What are you, oh, my friend's like, I don't want to go out with you, because you got, you know, what's that in everything? Yes, it's my body. Whatever I put in, I have to know, because I don't want to have something happen, and I'm like, well, what did I eat, or what, you know, what's causing that? Although there are some diseases that don't come from diet, you know, like it's genetically diseases.
But don't want to add to it already.
Right, because here's a perfect example. My mother had breast cancer. My father had diabetes. And I always say, if you eat what your ancestors ate, you're going to get what they have. Because it's in you already. So whatever they're eating is making that grow. So if I stop eating what they ate, then I don't have diabetes, and I never had cancer or anything like that, because I stopped eating what my parents ate. And that's really comes from most people should know that, because I've talked to some people that have high blood pressure and stuff like that. And I'm borderline myself, because I'm very hypertension, like, as you can see.
I don't call it hypertension, I call you very energetic.
Right, energetic.
Yeah,
Doctors call me
quality.
hypertension, right.
I know, I'm kind of low energy now.
No, I'm not, ever.
I used to be high energy.
Really? So even when I take my blood pressure, the doctors always have to do it twice, because I'm rushing to get there, and I'm excited. So he said, calm down, sit down, relax, and then it always goes back to normal. But pills, everybody takes a pill for everything, I have a friend, very good friend, that's raw and vegan, and she's fighting cancer, both breasts.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
She's been 6 years
on a raw vegan diet. Wow.
I mean, the cancer is not gone, but she's not sick. But the breasts are very deformed, because they've turned into tumors. So I don't know she comes for advice from me, and I don't know what to tell her, because they've gotten very bad, but they're contained in the breast. They haven't spread it anywhere else, because her diet.
How long was she?
6 years now.
So before it may have developed, before she became.
Oh, before she came.
It just took a long time.
Of course, to show. That's what cancer
the diet
does.
I can't explain things like that myself.
No, and she always
I didn't
asks
think
me
anybody would get cancer
on a raw diet.
If it was organic.
Yeah, but you got to
If it's not
realize.
organic, maybe.
No, but you got to realize that cancer starts way before you see it.
Mm-hmm.
So she had only been a vegetarian or vegan 7 years, and then she found out she had cancer. Then she became vegetarian and vegan. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I talked about she's coming over today for
just
soup.
not doing the right things, probably clearing the channels out.
She's clearing it.
Chelating with dark leafy greens.
Yes, and doing
do all those detoxes,
enemas.
lymphatic and all that stuff's got to get
And she even said that she found, bugs in her enema.
Well, that's likely, it's good, because they can't live in
a clean body.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, she said one time she saw one with legs. I'm like, that would be pretty scary. Pretty scary, right? Yeah, but it's like, I'm like, Rick, legs.
It had legs!
Show one to you.
Crawling across the floor.
Right, that was dead.
You can actually name it.
Right. And then she did coffee enemas. But I tried
Harriett.
Right. I told her to try to do the wheatgrass enema. That's really good. I have a wheatgrass.
Well, even coffee, because it's
she does coffee.
Bitter and
she does the coffee
acidic.
enema.
Yeah. Interesting. Let's see where I'm at here. Listen, no, seriously. So I thought it was interesting that, in your travels, after the Marvelettes, you also toured with the Four Tops, the Temptations, Bo Didley.
Always took my own food.
Ricky Scott. And
Ricky Nelson of the Ozzie And Harriett show.
Nelson.
I always took my own food.
Oh, I was going to wonder how you did that. You had to pack a lunch.
Pack for the week. And then when I get there, I find a vegetarian store or just a vegetable store. Give me some avocados, tomatoes, fruits, stuff. And then I would just have my little things, and always ask for a refrigerator. Put my little stuff in the refrigerator and eat my stuff. And if we went out, I have a salad or something. I have my own dressings in my pocketbook, so.
I wouldn't think that would be weird at all, because I think someone's got integrity. Well, I wonder how it occurred to these guys. Did you in front of them and any of them say, hey, what's going on? You're pretty healthy there.
A couple people I know.
Burgers and stuff like that.
Yeah, when I went to, I was on tour with the Glenn Leonard of the Temptations. He was kind of weird about it, because they would go to like the Golden Corral, and I don't eat there, that kind of stuff.
They still had that back then.
Buffets and I'm just using an example, but things like that. And then I would sit in the car, and then he would get upset. Why am I coming in?
I would get nauseous.
They say,
smelling that
well,
stuff.
it does make me nauseous, but I know I could come in for the conversation, but it would aggravate me to see them eating that.
Yeah, they don't get the ethical part of the problem.
Yeah, it's like they got pancakes with syrup, butter, bacon.
Sausage
links
on there.
Yes, and then that would just make me aggravated the whole day.
Yeah.
So I just sit in the car and they give up. Be upset with me. Don't be upset with me. I don't do that. And I don't mean to be different, but I am.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm not
I
going
like
to apologize for what I do. I sing, and I did a show the other night. We're in the COVID thing right now. And it was an indoor show, and I wore my shield the whole time I sang. And, the people came up to me and asked me to take it off. We wore the mask when we ate. But me, it is a virus, and it is flu-like. But it's way more contagious and way more, because I looked into it, and it's a virus.
Well, they probably say, yeah, because you sound like you're talking wrong.
No, I had it underneath of the shield.
Sounds like
they could hear me. They were saying they can't see my face. And I told the guy who, I guess, booked the show. It wasn't my show. I was working with someone else. I'll go home. I don't care. I said, would you like me to leave? Because I'm not taking it off. He said, oh, no. You don't have to go. Because they were just wondering, they can't see your face. I said, if they want to meet me outside, I'll take my mask off out
there. You want to make sure you're not lip syncing.
Right. I'll take my mask on outside, but I'm not going to do it in here. And everybody's drinking and, I'm not doing it. So I didn't.
Yeah, that's similar to what we experienced the other day.
Yeah.
All right, I got past the story in that section. So you're raising your children till
I
this
did
time.
until they got to school and peer pressure and they saw what they're eating. And I used to even pack their lunch, vegan
In New
lunch.
York.
In Baltimore.
Oh, back in Baltimore.
In Baltimore. And then my grandson, when we moved to Jersey, then I used to pack his lunch vegan, but they eat it now. But they said they're gonna stop. But even my daughter called me from Whole Foods to buy some things, veganese, all those kind of stuff. So, they know. Look at me, I'm 71, and they're like fat, both of them, fat, at least 200 pounds.
They're not fat; they have excess stored energy in their bodies.
I don't know if it's that, but they're fat. 200 pounds of Please don't be upset with me, children, when you see this YouTube bump. I don't mean to call you fat, because I love you, but you're a little overweight. How about that? Let's take the fat part out.
Wanted to see about your. So when exactly did you go vegan? That you knew you were vegan?
Oh,
strictly
from vegetarian to vegan when I moved to New York.
With mid 70s.
Yeah, 70s.
So you've been vegan how long?
Oh God, I'm 71, so
40 plus years.
Yeah, I've been a vegetarian vegan 50 years.
Okay. Yeah, it's some time. It's a thing though when you have an experience like you did. Mine was also an experience of conscious. You can't go against your conscious once that happens.
I told you, like the animals, I feel so sorry for eating the piggy.
That didn't happen to me for a while. I was vegetarian 6 years, but it started from the transcendental experience. My body was slowly rejecting stuff, but then once I got to the point where my weight was a problem because of eating so much cheese and milk and cream, and I love those pizzas every week.
Yeah.
I got on a scale at the chiropractor's office, and I didn't break the scale, but
it was
I was
big.
like, I'm not that weight, and I denied it.
And now I eat the whole wheat pizza, but I used to eat it without the cheese. I always order a pizza back in a long time ago. Whole wheat pizza, no cheese, just the sauce. They're like, no cheese. I'm like, I'll eat dairy. But I love the crust,
I loved the cheese, but they didn't make it, so I ate it without the cheese.
Now see,
it was always dry because the heat
I loved it.
vaporizes all the water out of the sauce.
But the vegan, I bought some cheddar, plant-based cheese. It was okay. A little salty, but it was okay. I made a grilled cheese sandwich out of the Dave Killer bread, and that with tomato. It's really delicious, but very salty.
I know. I don't remember. There was one brand that goes back. I think it was Morning Star or.
Morning Star. I don't see that brand anymore.
Non-dairy ones back as far as the 70s.
Made out of soy though.
Yeah.
And for women, breasts, it raised your estrogen level, soy. Okay. So we tend to stay away from soy products.
And there was that big of a health thing back then where people were much aware of it.
No. So, now they are. Women are.
Even when I don't remember many vegan things coming out until 2005 even.
Yeah.
And then even now we got more stuff than anything.
But even now, there are some restaurants will serve like the bean burger or the Impossible Burger now. Most restaurants are having that, but that stuff is so overprocessed. If you look and read what's in there, you might as well just have a hamburger.
And you still got the ethical issues like with the Impossible brand. So some people are actually just vegans by diet. They're not vegans for ethical choices. So there's some ambiguity to the actual definition of
a
being
vegan
a vegan
That's
for
right.
the primary purpose it was created for. In the beginning.
Right.
So as a vegan, you're in the group with me, Sarasota Vegan Society.
I am.
You were in Ross, Sarasota.
Ross, I still am.
And Veg
With
Sarasota at all?
with what?
Veg Sarasota?
No, just Ross, Sarasota with Patty Foley,
Yes.
and then OSHA, which was Jenna Norwood. Yes, but she's calling herself OSHA now. That's when I first moved here to Sarasota. I found that society raw because I was raw.
That was about 2008 or
I was
10.
here in 2004.
And she had it open back then?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
She had a restaurant
in 2004?
before then.
Really?
Mm-hmm. She
I
had
thought it was more recent than that.
A vegetarian restaurant. Her and this other girl owned it. And then when I met her, they had just closed the restaurant, and she did the Raw Society. And a matter of fact, I just saw her saw her live because she lives in out of town. And I used to go and do all of those, make dishes and Patty Foley, and go to all of hers. Well, she's not doing it anymore. I don't think there is no more Raw meetup.
Well, not now. Nothing's happening much now.
No, even before the COVID, because
Oh.
Patty had stopped. Oh, and Jenna doesn't live here, so OSHA. So.
Oh, I wish I was here back then because I just started getting into Raw about 2008 or 9 when I got out of the slump I was in.
Right.
And started exercising and running and training for marathons and stuff. And that diet was more nutrient dense.
Yes.
And I swear in like 6 weeks of doing that, I looked like I was on steroids. I was so, fit from that. But it's a shift. It's a big shift going to raw because you're not cooking anything.
I loved it.
It's a
I
lot to
had my
remember
dehydrator. I had my bullet. So I would make crackers and I made ginger snaps, corn chips, everything. I would really go crazy on that. When I was raw lasagna, everything. So, carrot souffle, everything was raw. And it was really good. I would have a book, so I would read the recipe and make it. It was delicious.
I think I have 22 of those books. I just don't do them as much.
I did, but I'm not doing raw anymore. Like, yesterday for dinner, I made a tomato soup with a little oil and some Bragg's amino. That was it. And I put eggplant in it, and I put onion, and that's it. And I made a soup, and I ate that for dinner. So it's simple, and to me, very filling. But some people, when you take that to them, they're like, "That's it? That's it?"
No, I mean, I have mono meat all the time.
Yes.
I don't just have cauliflower as a side where I'm eating the whole head.
I eat the whole head too.
That's what I do.
I love that.
I don't know what the calories are.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Because what happens, your bowel movement will bring most of that out.
Oh, the fiber.
Yes, a lot of fiber. Because I have a friend that wasn't having bowel movements, and I brought her over here and I gave her some beets, carrots, and turnips. And honey, she told me the next morning
Oh wow,
she
that's pretty fast.
exploded.
Yeah. I was gonna recommend chilies.
Chili, no, that's a little different. She exploded.
She was having
said.
an emergency.
Yeah, she called me. She said,
Hot chilies.
"Thank you so much." I'm like, "For what?" She said, "I had the best poop ever."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Really?" I says, "You got to just change your diet. You can't eat things that are binding if you're having a bowel problem. You have to eat things that are not binding."
Yeah, that's what like situation when I was caring for my mother, and she had impacted bowel from the meds that they had her on until I started caring for her myself, and I cycled her off 13 meds in 6 months. The doctor freaked out, and
she passed away.
yes, from the Parkinson's and dementia.
Oh, she had Parkinson's.
But when I had to start caring for her, first I let my aunt and my niece change her diaper because I didn't want it's a woman's body, keep it to that.
Listen, you came out of
gender
it.
first.
You came out of it, so it's fine.
I want to let her have her, dignity
her dignity, yeah.
as long as possible.
She probably wouldn't care. You're her son.
Yeah, but then it got to the point where I had to, because I was one-on-one, 24/7. She couldn't do it herself.
Right.
But
you felt funny about it?
I didn't want to have to deal with, removing digitally, that's what you have to do when you have an impacted bowel.
Oh, you have to pull it out.
Yeah.
So
There's no way to get it
did
out
you?
From
Right.
this way.
And there's no enema?
I didn't have to because I was feeding her a vegan diet after I was cooking for her, so she was eating vegan diet.
So the bowel movement is coming out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
So I mean,
Good.
that took a, but
But it takes a long time.
too late to start that now. Everybody says, "Oh no, I don't want to go on a vegan diet. We'll wait and see how you do with it, how well you are on it."
Really?
And, okay, well, in 18 years, you gonna do it yet?
Yeah.
It's cheaper than buying all that
It's that
meat
it's
and dairy.
cheaper. It's that
It's the
so
costing, so
much
people think
better
it's
for
expensive.
you. I don't think so. It's so much better for you.
Organics and
Yeah.
like whole food.
I don't buy a lot of organics. I don't buy a lot of organics. I just don't. I do, but I don't overdo. It's like, wash it and eat it, It ain't, what do you go?
One of the final things I want to mention, because time is getting
Yes.
short. What are your views about the present and future state of our world? Forget the political climate
Of
and
course.
COVID and all.
I do want to forget that.
As
too.
far as the vegan diet is concerned.
I really think that it's not incorporated in your hospitals. I became dehydrated during this COVID epidemic, and actually it's a pandemic, and I had to be in the hospital for 3 days because I work out all the time. I'm sweating, I'm swimming, I'm at the beach, and I wasn't drinking enough water. So I got really sick on my stomach. I mean, like bad sick for like a week. And I'm like, why is this not going away? I'm like, I gotta go see what's going on. And they did that, and I was 100% dehydrated. My kidneys were getting affected by it. So I didn't even let me go home. They kept me in the hospital, and they ran the IV in me for 3 days, nonstop.
Wow. That's a lot.
So I don't.
Usually just one.
No, 3
One-
days.
one, bag.
3 days.
Jeez,
I was really dehydrated.
that's something.
That was bad. I know, and now I'm not foolish like that anymore because I'm working out, I'm drinking water. What I've been doing too is eating a half a watermelon every day. Yeah, have some water. I eat a half a watermelon every day, so that gives me water even if I don't drink water. I'm drinking, and
Put your water in your food.
yes,
Yeah.
and then I even Googled it. Googled and did some research on it that water's even actually better. Watermelon is actually better than drinking water. It has electrolytes. It has all the stuff in it that's even good for the body. And so my thing is to get back to that. The hospitals don't. They had a vegetarian soup. I don't know what was in it because it smelled like maybe it had something in it, which they didn't let me see the can. The school system, the kids, they're still giving the kids milk and things like that. So I feel that there should be a serious vegetarian option for children that go to school, and there isn't.
Yes.
There isn't. There isn't a serious
Very few places.
option for hospitals. I mean, I'm talking about serious.
Not
Your-
nationally or
No,
internationally.
your airports. I'm
Yeah.
flying. I can't find no food. There should be one every airport. Have a serious vegetarian restaurant or vegan restaurant.
Yeah,
At
because
least
it's all
one.
biased to meat and dairy.
All
because of
biased. All
lobbying
biased.
for them.
So I'd like to see. I'd like to lobby for that also.
lobby for some vegetables for crying out loud.
Just something that
Red
an
and
option
green, yeah.
because they had the Impossible Burger. That was the only option you had.
And then you can get that at McDonald's.
Yeah, but my
That's
thing
nice
is,
for
vegan with vegan food, vegan, butter, everything, there's not. I don't see it anywhere. And your restaurants, a serious vegan, something on the menu, serious, not just vegetables with butter or vegetables with oil, but they don't. They don't. So you think it's popular, but it's really not.
There's a lot of it. It's a trend for people. It's something
Yeah.
cool to do.
Right, but it's not serious.
Yeah.
No. But I'd like to see that.
West Coast, I think, is a little more serious.
Oh, it's more serious, but they don't have it in the whole. They don't have it in your airports.
I like to see a couple of their chains over here.
Go
in
in
Florida.
yeah,
There
yeah.
are no
Even
vegan
put an
chains.
Ione's, which is here in Sarasota, in every airport. I mean, she can do that.
Oh,
She's
you're
smart.
giving Ione some ideas now.
I am. Put it in every airport. Go lobby for that. The money is out there. and people would buy it. There's a lot of vegans that fly. So that's what I would like to see.
Yeah, on the airplanes, the limitations. I'd have to fast when I travel.
Oh no, I take my food with me. They allow me. If I take hummus or something like that, I have to freeze it. You can take anything on the airlines if it's frozen.
Oh wow.
Anything. I freeze my water. I freeze my hummus. I freeze everything. So it's frozen. It'll thaw out once you get into the airport and past the scanning, but it has to be frozen, or you can't. You have to throw it away.
Wow, that's.
I freeze every. I was just in Baltimore. My sister passed, and I froze everything, and I went right through.
I think it'd be great to have vegan airlines. That'd be.
Wouldn't it be
awesome.
nice?
Yeah.
Ah, that'd be great. A vegan airline. It'll be packed.
Yeah,
Packed.
Virgin Airlines, now vegan airlines. I don't know if that guy's
Let's
vegan.
do
I
it.
think he is.
Vegan meal, vegan everything. Even the
clean,
pilots,
whatever,
all of
smells
everybody.
like
Right.
spices. Get on the curry train.
That's right. Yeah.
So a little self-promotion. You've recently recorded your first album.
My first CD. It's an album because there's 12 songs on it, and the album is called "It's My Time." And you can go to my website, which is Brenda Watty, WATTY.com. And my schedule's where I'm be entertaining, and I'm going to do my first Zoom concert November the 1st. So, and it's really reasonable, $15. You can watch it from anywhere, your device, your home, everywhere you can plug into a link. And that's it.
Do you have any of your singles or the LP on iTunes or?
Everything, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, everywhere. Every outlet has all of my my music on it.
That's awesome. Well, Brenda, I want to thank you for
You're welcome.
allowing me to come over and be in your place. This is
Yeah.
going to be a great start to
Yes.
these episodes. I think it's good for people to see a video, in person interview of something like this. It's good for social media,
Of course.
and it's just
And
like being
awareness.
there, you know.
Yes.
So, thanks again.
You're
and
welcome.
we're going to cut and wrap this dog and put this
Bye.
on YouTube for the Sarasota Vegan Society's YouTube channel, which I'm trying to figure out right now how to do that, because I want to make categories
Of
for
course.
different things. So, thank you,
You're
and
welcome.
thank you
And
for
thank
watching.
you.
Take care.